Hey Leos, how are you all doing? I hope you're all doing well. This is going to be a love check-in for you, Leos, specifically situations of separation or no contact, where there's no maybe way to communicate as well. For those of you that are going through that, I have been getting a lot of those, situations recently in my readings. So I thought I would do a series on the channel as well. Okay, so for Leo, let's see. Spirit, please and thank you for the sign of Leo Sun, strong placements. What is going on for love, separation, no contact? Anything that they need to know, please and thank you. Anything that Leo needs to know. Ace of Cups, which could be an initiation of communication, but it could also just be self-love, Leo, and learning how to pour back into yourself. Maybe after a situation where you felt that there wasn't any balance. I do feel like there is communication on a 5D level or an energetic level with this person. This could also be new love for you, Leo, if you are anxious about a connection that has been in separation or with no contact. I feel like this could also be a new love situation coming in for some of you. And that new love could also be a new sense of self-love and self-recognition, especially if it was a difficult situation where you poured a lot of yourself into it, but didn't necessarily feel that coming back to you, where it really affected your sense of self-worth and direction as well. Um, I do sense that this is the beginning of something new for you, the beginning of emotional peace as well. You could be observing someone or someone observing you. It's so interesting that this card has come out in almost all of the signs so far. And when we aren't in communication, especially where there's still a deep connection, there's also curiosity between you and another person, wanting to know what is going on, how you are. So I do feel like there's curiosity here. There's some kind of observation. For some of you, your person could be traveling. There's also a need to understand, Leo. There's a need to understand the dissolution of the situation and what went wrong. I feel like some of you are seeking answers and maybe just curious about what your person is doing. Card of Taurus. So you could be dealing with a Taurus. This is to do with rules, regulations. Maybe your person is in a commitment. Maybe you are in a commitment, Leo, and that is why there can't be any communication right now. I do feel like there's some sort of condition or commitment or rule and societal expectation that may be preventing you both from connecting with each other. And maybe this is why there is a period of silence or no communication. It feels like for some of you a situation where you don't know, there's a lot of uncertainty around when you are going to hear from this person. There does seem to be a lot of fear, either from you or from your person, about being found out If that resonates for some of you, it feels like this person could be in a position of authority or in a position of prominence and is afraid of their reputation, something to do with their reputation or their standing in the community, and hence the separation or the silence. As I'm reading, I'm just channeling messages. I'm not advocating um, for unfaithfulness or anything like that, but this is just what's coming out in the cards. I'm seeing a lot of situations right now as well where either the current relationship or the commitment that a person is in is abusive or unfulfilling in some way, and they are afraid to leave the situation, but have found love elsewhere. So it could be similar for you here, Leo. Yeah, exactly. There is some deception in the situation, whatever it is. It feels like it needs to be hidden, or, there's some self-sabotage here because it's a choice being made about a situation that is not fully in the open, but has to be hidden somehow. You have to steal away into the night to either talk to each other or see each other. So there's definitely deception here, Leo. Which is not a nice energy to be in either. It's not a nice energy to, yes, there may be deep love, there may be a deep connection, but it cannot be a healthy bond or healthy connection if it has to be hidden, if it has to be in secret, if it's not out in the open, and if one or the other person involved is not willing um, to make the decision to have a stable, grounded, committed relationship, then it's something that you need to walk away from. And I do sense that for some of you, it was a decision about self-love. It was a decision about needing to walk away for your own peace of mind and for your own integrity, because you were starting to feel anxious about this misalignment, starting to feel anxious about, the hiding or the secrecy involved here. Again, this is not, these are the strongest messages that are coming through. So if this is not your story, please don't make it your story. Judgment, exactly. It feels like there's a sense of, oh, karma is going to come back to bite us because of this. This is also a card of second chances, though, but it's a card, as I'm reading the story of the situation, it's a card of being afraid to be seen, being afraid to be vulnerable. It feels like you can't be seen and you can't be vulnerable in the situation. And there's a fear, either from yourself or from your person, of being exposed here, of the horn being blown, of the alarm being sounded, and everyone around kind of just staring and looking, like the Emperor's New Clothes, that story when he didn't realize he was naked, and everyone, could see that he was naked, but he was deceiving himself and believing he was, adorned in royal regalia, in the most elaborate, ostentatious regalia. In the meantime, he was naked. So I do really feel like this has got something to do with someone's reputation here, and them being afraid of that falling down or being exposed, which is also not fair in any kind of relationship, whether it's from your side, Leo, or from theirs. It's going to result in heartbreak at the bottom of the deck for somebody. Um, is not being acknowledged or recognized. There isn't a balance. Any advice for Leos in this situation, please and thank you. Leo, I feel, and what they're just saying now is you're looking for an innocent, clean kind of love, like a love where you don't feel burdened by the deception and burdened by the hiding, and where you feel like you are not hurting anyone else, like this is about your own choice and it doesn't affect other people in a negative way. You could be exploring dating again, Leo. What they are saying is this is a good time for you to explore and to understand what it is that you want, what brings you joy, what brings you fun, what brings you a sense of freedom, and the ability to be yourself, to be seen without judgment, Leo. That's exactly what I'm feeling for you here, and that's what they're asking you to dive into is the feeling that you have when you are able to be yourself and not have to hide, when you are able to be exactly who you are in an authentic way and in alignment. It's a sense of freedom that you get from that energy, Leo, taking a leap of faith, starting anew, a reset, the zero card. It's almost like a reset button for you and for your nervous system as well, because for this card, for me, it often comes with the feeling of someone's nervous system being in brace mode. It's like when you are doing something you know you're not supposed to be doing and are afraid of being caught. It's that kind of fight, flight, freeze that your nervous system and the limbic system of the brain goes into. That's not the feeling you want to keep, Leo. The feeling you want is of freedom and of exploration and of being able to be yourself and taking a chance. Being spontaneous as well. I don't feel like there's a possibility of being spontaneous, especially in a relationship where there are rules and boundaries and conditions. Your spontaneous nature, your wanting to be seen is dampened. And it does affect your self-worth. King of Cups, Scorpio. So there is a lot of Scorpio energy here. There's Sagittarius, there's Taurus energy. You could be dealing with any of those signs, Gemini as well. You don't have to be. But the King of Cups is about a grounded sense of emotional balance, emotional maturity. It's evolved emotional expression. And I feel like that is what you are needing and seeking, Leo, even within yourself, is the ability to speak from the heart, the ability to express your heart, the ability to deep dive into the emotions without holding back. And in a situation where there are rules, regulations, and fear about being judged, you cannot deep dive. It stays on the surface. And eventually, and unless both of you are comfortable with that, eventually that kind of connection is going to crumble because someone, yours or the other person's emotional needs are not going to be fully met. It's the investment here from an emotional perspective that's lacking, Leo, and that's, I think, why you chose to walk away. And this is for your own freedom, for your own self, and for you to be seen again. Some way, I am doing personal readings, so if you'd like a personal reading, my details are in the description box below. Sending you so much love, Leo. Until next time.